guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Chinese with Charlie. 我是 Charlie. In today's video, we're going to talk about, finally, pronunciation. Alright, Chinese pronunciation. So when we look at Chinese pronunciation, we have to look at three parts. One of the most famous and important and the difficult part is the tones. Alright, so there are 5 tones in Chinese. Then we are going to talk about it later. And then we have to look at initials. Initials, in my opinion, that's English consonants. And then the last part is finals. Finals, in my opinion, is English vowels. So first, let's look at tones. Like I said, there are 5 tones. Of course, many of you know there are 4 tones in the Chinese language. But don't forget there is another tone that is without any tone, so we call it a neutral tone. So if we take the neutral tone into the consideration, there are 5 tones in Chinese language. So first tone, second tone, third tone, last tone or fourth tone, and neutral tone. Now let's look at how to pronounce these 4 tones. The first tone, we call it a flat tone. It sounds like a little bit high, but the most important thing is do not change your pitch while you're pronouncing it. So it doesn't matter what kind of key you have, I mean your voice. Sometimes people have higher voice, sometimes people have lower voice. It doesn't matter. But once you start at a certain level of key, do not change it and pronounce it smoothly in a flat way. Okay, so this is or if you have a higher key, then you say or you have a lower key, you can say It doesn't matter you say it in or the key doesn't change once you set it. So that's the point of the first tone. You start high, do not change the key. Keep it going, and then you have the first tone. Now let's look at the second tone. So the second tone sounds like you're asking a question like what? Okay, like what? Now let's look at third tone. The third tone, as many textbooks mentioned, it sounds like you have to go down and go up again. But I have a different understanding. So now let's imagine I'm dragging your voice down, so it's like and until there is no way to drag it even lower, and then you just release it. So it's like that's it. You don't have to go up again like specifically, alright? Just drag it down and then release it, and then release it. Alright? And the last tone is the fourth tone. It starts high and then you drop it sharply. So it's like And now let's look at neutral tone. Neutral tone sounds very short and very lazy, just like Alright, that's the 5 tones of Chinese. Now let's practice with me one more time. The first one, don't forget, you keep the key going, you keep the pitch, and you don't change it, right? So it's like or you can make it higher, but still do not change it when you're already saying it. So it's or you have a lower key, you can also go like this. Alright? Second tone, like asking a question. Third tone, drag your voice down and release it. And the last tone, starting high, drop sharply. Neutral tone, lazy, short. So that's all for tones. And of course, if you want to make your pronunciation better, you have to listen and practice every day. All I'm giving you here is just a rule, and you know, practice makes perfect. right? So you have to do it over and over again, and then you have to think about it all the time in your brain, like, okay, which tone it is? Should I drag it and release it, right? At the beginning, of course, whenever you practice a tone, you have to think about that. But as you learn it more, as you get used to it, then you don't have to think about it anymore. So keep practicing. Alright, now let's look at initials, or the consonants. So here we have some basic initials here, and you can just listen to me, or if you would like to repeat after me, be my guest. Bo, po, mo, fo, de, te, ne, le, ge, ke, he, ji, chi, shi. Alright? If you want to practice again, you can do it again by yourself. Now let's look at finals. I, U, Ü, A, Ya, Wa, O, Wo, Ye, Yue, I, Y, A, Wei, Ao, Yao. I can see many of you have problems with this one. If you speak German, then I don't think that's a problem for you. If you don't speak German, then I can help you to pronounce this song. So this vowel is called Ü, Ü. If you cannot make it just like I do, then you can practice this. First, you pronounce I. I believe everyone is able to pronounce I, right, with your mouth widely open. So you pronounce I, and then you just make your mouth narrower until your mouth shapes a U shape. So it's like I. Then you have U sound, okay? I, U. Alright, that's all for today's video. Hopefully it was helpful to your Chinese pronunciation. If you like this video, please give me a like button and subscribe to my channel, and please share this video with people who are also learning Chinese. See you next time. Bye bye.